Okay, you all come in, hit the like, hit the share button. Get my voice right. I'm looking the way I'm looking because I just came from the gym, got out the shower. It's been a long day. I had a live stream earlier. Um, Usually when I do those spiritual live streams, it takes a lot out of me, breaking down and decoding the Bible. But here we go. Let's get into this. Um, wow, a lot of things going on in the market. I think I'm gonna start with this video as you all come in and hit that like and share button. Um, let's get a little entertainment that we haven't had in a while from President Trump. Let's see what former President Trump had to say about China. As China, I'm trying to fix my hair. As China is definitely making big moves when it comes to this cryptocurrency. And I'm going to show you that Iran, right? Iran and China have been in collaboration since 2012 to do away with the US dollar. Let's listen in.
Let's say China. China.
China, China,
China.
China,
China.
China,
China.
China, China. You go over to China, 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 China. You take China.
China.
China. I love them. China, 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 China. I have to have my China. China, China, because China, 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 China.
China. China. China. China. China. China. China. China. China. China now. China. China. You know, China.
I know China very well. China, 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 China.
China, China, China.
Northwest Wisconsin, where I'm from.
It's China to me. China. China, 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 China. You want to buy from China? That's great. Buy from China. Buy toys from China. China in particular. China. China. I have people that I know in China. China. China.
China, China, China. China, 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 China. I've been saying China, 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 China,
China.
China, 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 China.
Yep, we're going to talk about China and the moves they are making. People since 2012, and come in, hit the like and share button, and drop your city and state. Let me know where you're tuning in or what part of the world. Also, if you are in the Dubai area, have a crypto conference coming up. Cryptocurrencies backed by real world commodities like Ethereum and Bitcoin already is. So let me get you some information on that as well. So this is Iran accepts the one. Now we know that since the Olympics that was hosted by China, this has been digitally. I want you to see the date on this. This is 2012. Right, people, this has been going on for a long time. And unfortunately, a lot of people are not making the necessary adjustments. They are slowfully not accepting the concept that we're moving to a digital world economy, right? Hello. Hey, that's my Patreon member. Hello, everyone. Let me give you all a shout out. Richmond, Virginia, Dayton, Ohio. If you want to see my spiritual video I did live today earlier, it's in reference to Genesis 1 and 1. In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth, and Thomas breaks down the water. Why is my Wi-Fi? The water hovering over the waters, even though water and ocean and sea was not created till later in Genesis. And I'm breaking that down. So check that out when you get a chance from a spiritual perspective. And also breaking down in Genesis 1 and 27 that humans were created in Genesis 1 and 27 before Adam and Eve were even mentioned in Genesis 2. Genesis 1 and 27 points that out, right? So if you like that decoding of the Bible, then I break down numbers, Bible numbers, meaning revelation as well in that live stream earlier today. So check that out too. So Iran accepts the Chinese yuan in exchange. People, I've been coming to you all, telling you all about the importance of having cryptocurrencies backed by commodities, backed by God's wealth, right? Cryptocurrencies that have real use cases during this next bull run. During this next bull run, people, the cryptocurrencies that have real use cases, that have utility, are going to be the ones that pump. Believe me, right? Now, let's get into this. China, again, has been making these moves. Iran, you're familiar with BRICS, the BRICS nation. That's Brazil, right? That's Brazil. That's Russia. That's Iraq, China, Saudi Arabia, and South Africa as well. I got two people from the VAN. Richmond, let's do business so I can come to the VA and do a crypto conference, right? So yeah, this was the paper acceptance. So they have been dumped $1, accepting one for some approximately $20 billion worth of crude oil. The OPEC, Organization of Petroleum, what's the E stand for? I forgot. I always do that. Exporting, that's what it is. Organization from petroleum exporting countries supplies to its main client, China, Iran, diplomat, as the two countries trying to trade ties. So in other words, they say, you know what? Why are we giving up our precious commodities? Doing business with the United States, and again, people, this is 2012, when we have the commodity, we have the gold, we have the power. China has been in allegiance with South or Africa for a long, long time to get in those rich commodities as well. If you know anything, we know that Africa is one of the richest countries, and Detroit, love it, love it, love it. Noretha, my mother's name is Laretha. Noretha from Detroit, Michigan. Nice to see you coming in. It says originated from the 313. So my other Richmond, Virginia, right? Maybe you know. Maybe you all know where that's located, right? And so with that being said, people, this has been in the works. Midwest ready for a non-dollar trade. More countries are engaging in or weighing in the pros and cons of bilateral transactions in other countries, other than, let me see if I can enlarge this for you, other than the US dollar. Now, this is a most recent article that was released this year. The one I just showed you was 2012. The drivers include China's growing trade relations and a long arm of U.S. sanctions, right? You have this thing about, who popping, who bubbles. United States is shooting down a lot of flying objects in the sky. In fact, tomorrow they are supposed to be. Is it Vegas? No, Arizona. In Arizona, and from the sky they're going to shoot down hundreds or thousands of horses. So a lot of things happening in high altitude, right? And so it's a protest against that. Animal activists are trying to stop that or block that. I don't know if they can by tomorrow. Also, if you're up north, I hear there's a lot of winter storms. So be careful, right? And this is why, occurrences like this, I tell people to get in these cryptocurrencies that's backed by commodities, because you never know what Ecclesiastes 11:11 and says it started out this way, that you don't know what disaster may come upon the land. So cast your ship upon the waters, that you should have 7 to 8 sources of income streams, sources of investment, right? Genesis 2 talks about the four rivers, at least four, and it talks about commodities, gold, right? A whole lot of other three other commodities that I cannot pronounce that well. So other actions gave new impetus on the ongoing efforts by countries including, again, China, India, Russia, and Iran, people that's known as the BRICS nation, um, to create alternative payment systems. So you have cryptocurrencies right now like Filecoin that are pumping as a result. VeChain, right? That's pumping as a result. All of these Chinese or China accepted cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin. So these Asian countries are dumping the dollar. So what do? As you know that the dollar will soon lose its reserve status as being traded. Well, you put your cash to work to outbeat inflation. You don't want to be like, let me see if I can find this example. I got one right here. This is Venezuela, right? You don't want to be like Venezuela and holding on to paper currency that's are worthless now. This is just paper, just like US dollar. It's going to be. This happened in Venezuela. They were printing $1,000 bills. In fact, in Venezuela, and this is beautiful, printed. It's printed even better than our currency. I mean, beautiful, right? Beautiful. And so someone had a wheelbarrow full of it, money, cash, and the person stole the wheelbarrow and dumped the cash in the streets. That's what happened in Venezuela. I am in Henrico now. That's in Virginia. Oh, okay. So you too. Okay. All right, you too. I tell you what, text CC to 331-444. Let's get in these crypto back commodities so I can come to Henrico and put on a crypto commodities conference with you. Because what makes Bitcoin and Ethereum the top two cryptos in the market cap space right now when it comes to all cryptocurrency, what trumps them, right? I talked about Trump, is that they are commodities and they are fungible. They have fungibility, meaning anybody can buy from you. It's global. Many think that BTC will be converted into cash. However, I don't know if Bitcoin Cash will do that. Filecoin was up today, another Chinese token, VeChain. And a lot of times, you know, people that's new, people that's the 111 showing with the BTC, right? A lot of time people that's new always bring up the ISO 200 coins. However, you know, I really want you all to see that it's some coins on that's list that's going to be used, and but you know, China, they're not. It's not like ISO 200 and O2. So Andrew Kane, let's read this article. Hello to you. It's a small community in right now on this live stream, so I'm just gonna say hello to everybody. Sometimes I have hundreds, and sometimes I go back to my roots and we just have a small community. But I'm good with that because I like saying hello to you all. And so Andrew Yang reminds crypto community of the power of a China pump. Right, you see Litecoin picture here. Of course, you have the XRP and Ripple, which are different. The Bitcoin, Ethereum, Zcash for privacy, Monero, and Cosmos, right? Then you got TRX, that triangle there. Not initiating anything, but I'm just saying what's there. I'm trying to see which one is this with the rocket. Can't really make that out. There's Tether right there. And so the power, a lot of people in crypto that joined the last few years have never witnessed the power of a China pump since China whales were mostly not sellers in 2020. They only know the power of Korean pumps. Now, the China economy is 10x, so are their pumps. China whales mentioned that they were mostly net sellers from 2020 to 2022. So, people, China's economy has 10x. You got mainly caused by Hong Kong whales. This is, in my opinion, is about to start the crypto revolution, right? This is about to start the crypto revolution. Also, if you are in Dubai area, which is a very much crypto community, Jeff, you want to get on this live stream with me? I can send you the link. You say you want to go over the crypto commodities that we're connected with. I can definitely send you the link and get you on right now if you want to break down the powerful live stream we just got off of. So send me a text. I think my phone is off silence. And let me know if you're able to hop on. So if you are in Learn How to Capitalize, Create Wealth in Today's Digital World, March 5th, if you are in the Dubai area, text that number CC on the screen and get with me. This is Viraj Patel. He will be the keynote presenter and speaker. Listen, he's the #1 income earner and business from home, right? And he earns $1.2 million per month. I said it. He's going to be in Dubai. So if you are in that area, send me a text to that number on the screen, and we definitely can get you hooked up. That's March 5th, right around the corner. Definitely get you hooked up to attend that conference. It's an exclusive only for members that are in this X-Node. Again, this is a summit in Dubai, March 5th, right? Teaching you about the digital cryptocurrencies backed by real world commodities. So let me show you what that looks like real quick. And if I can get my login. Let me see what Jeff is saying. But that's all I wanted to hop on and say. Jeff might be doing his own live stream. Let me see. And let me log on and show you all these cryptos. I'm going to text Jeff anyway, see if he's available, just in case. All right. That's the invite link to that, Jeff, if you might be doing your own thing. Let me see, log on. All right. So with that being said, let me log in and break down these cryptos for you. So you can see it live and in person. All right, so here we go. And my business partner is available to hop in. He can break this down, in my opinion, way better than I can. These are what's going on in Dubai. These are in the same league, in my opinion, with Bitcoin and Ethereum, because they have already been deemed a commodities. And again, what makes this difference, what makes this special is that they are fungible. They are the same thing, right? In every country around the world, globally. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Most people, when they think of commodities, they think, and I have that for you out as well. And if you, Jeremiah Da Vinci, if you missed out on the Bitcoin when Da Vinci, let me pull that up. When he was telling everybody, right, to get in BTC when it was at $1, right? And he's a billionaire now. He's a billionaire now. He was telling everybody the difference, why, and he's saying that he's held Bitcoin since it was $1, and what made it different. Da Vinci, I think is Jeremy, is his name. And let me just show you a little clip of his interview recently as well. And people, if you feel like that you have missed that wave, right? If you were not able to get in, for many people have, right? But it's not about a return on investment.
That has
When it comes to Bitcoin, so this is him, the early adopter of Bitcoin since $1 predicts it will 10x again. I'm showing you this clip so you can understand commodities that are moving in correlation and comparison with cryptocurrencies, with Bitcoin, so you can get in early opportunities as well. Right. So let's play this.
affected all of mankind. Because if I can print money and you have to work for it, that makes you a slave. The ultimate goal is always to buy something, what you can buy with it. You're not holding it because you want these digits. You want it because what it can buy. Well, oh, I want this money, a whole bunch of money so I can buy my medical freedom, or if I get sick, I'm going to be taken care of. Well, that's what something you can buy. It's all about what it can buy. It's not about the digits, how many digits it got. It's what it can buy, and that's all it is.
What are you going to buy with your Bitcoin, Jeremy?
Well, I am going to try to purchase the undoing of our current banking system, to make sure that our banking system, the way it's formed today, that people understand that it's complete slavery, right? And that it will never come back to humanity. Like, for example, no politician is gonna come up to you and say, hey, I got an idea. Let's go to war to this country, take all the people and make them slaves and have them work for us. That's never gonna happen, right? So I want central banking to be like that, where it's like duh, that's never gonna happen again, because central banking is the worst kind of slavery that has affected all of mankind. Because if I can print money and you have to work for it, that makes you a slave.
You're saying central bank, in your words, central banks have presented the worst kind of slavery known to mankind. Are you saying that they've provided no good or no utility to society whatsoever?
Can't say that. You absolutely can't say that. You can say that, okay, well, you can borrow money, print money, right, by borrowing it, and then build stuff, right, with it, right? But unfortunately, when men have the ability to print money, they don't always do good with it, right? And when you have a lot of people who can print money, the people at the top are always the worst of the worst, because because the ability of printing money is evil, because it's evil to everybody else, because it sucks away the wealth from everybody else. And so if you have an opportunity, only criminals want to be able to do that, really. They want to be able to steal wealth from everybody. Well, the best way to do that is to become a bank.
Let me ask you this. I was having this debate with a colleague the other day. Suppose energy were free. Suppose food were provided by the government. Your basic living necessities were free. The only thing that you have to pay for out of your own pocket are discretionary items, luxury items. Would you work, Jeremy? Da Vinci? Would you get yourself out of bed, do whatever it is that you do? Would you even be incentivized to work?
Yes, of course, because you always want more. We're humans. We want more out of life, right? We want something else. We want to get to the next level.
You want more,
right? There's other people who do as well. You will find people going, okay, well, I'm bored of doing this, right? And I want to do something else. You will find people willing, a lot more people than you think, willing to go, okay, you know what? So what? I got my food, my shelter, and everything. But you're really in the prison because you need to feel like you're contributing something to society. And the best way to contribute is to build something that other people want and get paid for it and get rewarded for it, right? The only way right now, the best way to be rewarded is with money, right? And that's our.
So just to play devil's advocate to your earlier argument here, yes, central banks have created inflation through money printing. They've borrowed. Now we've got record debt problems. but people, to your point, will be working anyway, right? Even if we got 0% inflation, even if we don't have to slave away and make ends meet because everything's going up in price, we'd still want more.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, there'd be people who can actually just save, who do not want to keep a basic level of lifestyle, and they don't want anything to change. They want it to slightly improve. Well, now that's possible because it's not possible under our current financial system. You can't save X amount and say, okay, well, this is going to save me until the rest of my retirement. No, you don't know that. Because the inflation could go way out of control and wipe you out. So we need a monetary system that allows you to save X amount, whether it be 10, whatever the digit number is, a fixed digit number, and you know that you'll be able to survive on that.
We need an asset whereby I can put that away in my bank or my wallet or whatever under my pillow, and I know in 10 years it's going to rise proportional to inflation. Is there such a thing?
No, there isn't. There isn't, because everything is fixed. Everything's managed that you can use as an inflation hedge. Gold is managed very well, same with silver, by the central banks. If you don't believe that, there's plenty of evidence, because all the people who talked, I remember back in the days, back from 2008 up until, I think it was when it was discovered was like 2018, around the 2018, that all gold and silver was manipulated by the banks, and all the articles disappeared saying that, oh no, there's no manipulation in the gold and silver market. Now there's evidence of the manipulation. Now they even admit it, and those articles are gone. So it's clear that they're manipulating gold and silver and they're keeping the price down. There's emails of them going back and forth saying, okay, we're going to short it, we're going to dump it on Sunday and cause the price to collapse. And I mean, we got them right-handed.
What incentive do they have to manipulate the price down?
Because gold and silver have been money for 5,000 years. So you don't want that to be the money, get back to becoming the money and people realizing it. And the only way for it to people to realize that something's wrong with the current monetary system is the prices of gold and silver start to rise. If it rises too fast, people are going to ask questions and they're going to find out. Can't have that.
That's
In fact, Paul Volcker said back in the 80s, as he raised the interest rate to 30%, he said, my job would have been easier if we just managed the price of gold. And then shortly after that, in 1983, that's when they started managing the price of gold.
Yeah, I think Greenspan was the one that talked about it as well. Now, to your point about the bankers and traders suppressing the price and managing the derivatives market, it's possible, Da Vinci, that they're just doing it to fatten their own pockets and break some rules trading along the way. And some of them have been fined, and some of them have probably gone to jail for it. But maybe there's no broader agenda. I'm just speculating here. Maybe they just want to make some profits.
Yeah, and maybe we live in a world of candies and lollipops for everybody. Maybe you just don't realize it.
Wow, so this day he was telling everyone when BTC, Bitcoin was at $1. And likewise, right, I'm telling you all, I'm showing you all rather, these cryptocurrencies that are commodity based in the asset class of a Bitcoin, of an Ethereum, that's right now under a penny. Some of them are, in fact, half of a penny. In fact, Black Gold is one that created give me a second. It created 10 millionaires 100 millionaires in 10 months. I'm trying to text and talk at the same time. 100 millionaires in 10 months. So it was released in November of 2021. And then by June of 2022, when crude oil hit its all-time high, it made 10 millionaires. That's your Texas tea, that's your Black Gold. And so, I feel like Da Vinci, what he's doing right now, getting you all ahead of the wave And also all of these other commodities. In fact, this is the utility token, meaning that this is what all of these commodities are connected to. And this is global. This is global, not just, in the United States, in other countries as well. And people, again, I showed you since 2012 that the United States dollar, right, has not been accepted, has been rejected, in fact, by China and Iraq, because this is a commodities war. In fact, President Biden just went into the reserves again, people, and released $26 million of natural gas with the explanation of hopes that they would keep gas prices down. But if that strategy does not work, right, then your gas prices at the pump will move and link to a crypto that's connected to it. You have Grow. Grow is high yielding agriculture, right? A lot of people believe in holistic health, things like hemp and purest of weed. It is supported and backed by that. Also, it helped the farmers in Africa, again, the richest country in the world, get verified, right, for their carbon credits, because many of them are being cheated out of their carbon credits for the agriculture that they're producing and growing. This will help keep the transactions on a blockchain ledger, just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has to be mined into existence because it is a commodity. This is what makes Bitcoin so valuable, that it has real world commodities connected and linked to it, right? And also mangroves. This is Grow. It has, these are trees that are in areas like Florida, any areas along the beach line, the coastline that has hurricane weather, things like that. These mangroves help not only against the winds and the terror of hurricane weathers, but they also provide CO2 in the environment, making it very eco-friendly. In fact, that's what DET is abbreviated for: decentralized eco-friendly blockchain technology. And then it's also connected to cocoa. Like I have cocoa lotion and cacao. This is cocoa plants, right? Healthy herbalistic remedies. SPLR is not XRP, but it's XPLR. People, this is a satellite technology that scans the earth. They are connected with Google Earth. They are leasing space in space, and it scans the areas. I'm going to show you a small clip and find these commodities, because every commodity, people, I want you to listen to this. Every commodity in this earth realm, this is how intelligent God that we have has a different frequency and vibration. This is aluminum. This is right now a $5 billion industry. Soon to be a $10 billion industry. And beverage, this is a new project. Beverage is also backed and supported by wine. It's a global industry, right? It has, let me show you this clip on beverage. We just finished talking about that. And it has a burning, meaning that more of these coins are taken out of circulation. That creates a supply and a demand. All of these cryptos, in fact, have a burn on it, and they receive royalties from it, and their royalties generated from these projects, from these crypto links to commodities. They are distributed to the people like you and I that have the software that helps mine, or also known as verify, these transactions on the blockchain technology. And that's what made Bitcoins, it's never been hacked, right? It's never, it has the security measures and the makeup of the Bitcoin and Ethereum in the blockchain and commodity community. So this is a way to be a part of a recession-proof global industry while you are earning token rewards. Those token rewards is daily passive crypto income that flows in, which means even if you decide to liquidate these cryptocurrencies when the capital gains happen, right? And you want to take out your lump sum or just some, then you can have a perpetual flow of money flowing back in, a perpetual income stream. And so the largest industry with annual revenue, 1.8 trillion, is with a T, over 123 billion beverages from bottled water, which is I'm about to drink right now. Luxury spirits purchased worldwide, and most people, especially with a great food, they at least they get a bottle of purity of wine, which also have health benefits. Certain red wines and things like that from grapes and things of that nature. So, and the amount is expected to go. A strategic partnership with the beverage distribution industry in a recent multi-million-dollar contract with retailers at stores like 7-Eleven, Costco, Sam's, Food Lion, and much more. And so you get the royalties generated from these bottling and distribution center. Now, if you watch the halftime show, or maybe you did not watch the halftime show, right? But let me put you up on some game. Rihanna had NFTs, right? NFTs sold during the halftime show. Those persons that purchased the NFTs now have the royalty right. Every time the song played, Be Better Have My Money, the NFTs, which stand for non-fungible token holders, right, will get the royalties of that project every time, because they made a one-time decision, a one-time purchase decision, and got perpetual income. By keeping these commodities, by having and purchasing the digital software that record these commodities on the blockchain that cannot be manipulated, cannot be seized, cannot be stolen. It's decentralized, meaning that anyone in the world can download the software and mine what we call these nodes, right? Just like gold is gold everywhere. Oil is oil everywhere. Wheat is wheat everywhere. Bitcoin is Bitcoin everywhere. Crude oil is crude oil everywhere. Natural gas is natural gas everywhere. Gold is gold everywhere. Water is water everywhere. Wine is wine everywhere. And then the other one I did not show you all is block. This is real commercial real estate. Commercial real estate that will eventually take out the need for a third party persons to be involved in commercial real estate transactions, people. This is called blocks, right? So instead of going through a title company and having to do those third party transactions, this is definitely taking out the middleman. So this is just a snapshot of my portfolio, what I hold. And I want you all to look at, let's see, where is that one? Like natural gas, getting it so expensive right now, right? Really at $1 million. I just got to convert it over to here. So this is 0.000, 2.0002. Well, 3 zeros to 2, under a penny. So imagine gas prices increased this summer. You have at least 1 million of these. When this increase at least up 7.5 cents today to $1, people, that's $1 million right there. If that happens, which economists is predicting $4 for regular gas again, beginning the month of May, right? Now, black gold, the one crude oil, the Texas tea. You think about the Beverly Hillbillies, right? This is 500,000 tokens. I'm soon going to accumulate 1 million. This is the project because natural gas and crude oil move together, right? This is the project that made 100 millionaires in 10 months. Was released in November 2020. 2021, and by June of 2022, there it is. We have grow, we have the beverage. This is the commercial real estate. So right now, my goal, and you can only get these by being an exclusive member. You can't go on Coinbase, you can't go on crypto.com and find these commodities links to. This just like Bitcoin. It was so hard to purchase Bitcoin in the beginning. It was like almost you had to do underground transaction, right? It was so many processes, and other projects are coming to release soon. Soon they're going to have digital link silver as well. Digital link silver. The rail project, I really don't really know where what that's coming from right now. But listen, if you are in what that is right now, when I find out, I'll let you all know. But it doesn't matter to me if you are in the States, if you're in Australia, if you're in Dubai, if you're in Africa, India, whatever part of the world you're watching is from, Detroit, where I got people from the VA, everywhere. Getting in these crypto-backed commodities, in my opinion, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving a financial advice, but getting into these when they are under 1 penny positions you as if you were getting this. Again, it's just my opinion. You don't have to listen to anything I say, right? Getting into Bitcoin and Ether at that entry level price, because they are commodities. Real wealth, real use cases, and real numbers that when you go to the gas pump, or even if you go grocery shopping and get a plastic bag, that's made from oil. When you purchase your food from the grocery store, right? The fertilizer that the agriculture was produced from is made from oil. Fertilizer is made from oil. Even if we go to electronic vehicles, they're going to have still oil in them, right? But that's going to be a transition for a while. So I didn't mean for this to be long or as long as I could, but I'm drinking a cup of coffee, so I'm a little awake now. But I just want you all to know, having cryptocurrencies backed by commodities offers you freedom, global freedom, right? The global freedom. That's why XRP is in the court case here, to determine if it's a commodity, right? To determine if it's a commodity. And so, with that being said, people, you want God's will. You want everyone in the Bible that were rich and wealthy were holders of commodities. Everyone. And there were more rich and wealthy people in the Bible than there were poor people. Thank you, Israel. Said all the mechanics and engineers need oil, a big, big industry. And just imagine if you are positioned by June of this year to have natural gas and crude oil. And again, history may not repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And we see those prices spike again because, let's be honest, the economy is not getting any better. In fact, it's getting worse. By the minute they're talking about impeaching Biden, right? They want an impeachment on him for, wanting taxpayers to help support. What country was that? Was it Ukraine? Yeah. And so with that being said, people, getting these real use cases, getting passive crypto income, and you can get a lifetime software licenses on this, meaning that when you take the money out or you cash out if you need to for whatever reason, it replenishes itself automatically with the license. Or you can get a 60-day rental for people that want to rent to own or kind of test drive it. I myself, I'm thinking generational wealth and long term. So I have more licenses, perpetuals, that could create me a perpetual flow of passive crypto income than I do licenses. But the biggest name in cryptos, big market caps, are the ones that are backed by commodities. And just like Bitcoin, and Ethereum is deflationary right now, meaning that it is less Ethereum available, right, than it is to obtain right now. As more Ethereum is moving out the market. Bitcoin has a halving that will happen in May of 2024 is Bitcoin halving, which would take more out of circulation. So all of these cryptocurrencies, commodities, again, is fungible. Anyone in the world can get it, are built the same way. And we know what happens with supply and demand. The less that's in supply and the more demand it is, the more valuable and the more that drives the price of anything. So I'm leaving you out with this. I always leave with a biblical perspective. 2 Kings chapter 4, the widow woman, right? She was told by the prophet Elijah to get a commodity, which was oil, right? Her commodity was oil. And Elijah gave her a new solution to her old problem because she had been in debt. She was in debt. Her husband had died, the income earner. And I'm going to assume her husband was the decision maker when it comes to finances. So she transited, okay, my husband is dead. Let me get advice. Let me get a financial strategy from a man that can help me in this financial situation. Because if I don't get a strategy, if I don't get a plan, if I don't get a solution, my son are going to be sold as slaves. Slavery then was when you work for someone else. Elijah said, no, we're not going to have your sons working for anybody else. I'm going to show you how to implement a home-based business and have your 2 sons to work for you. So he told her the first strategy and solution is to leverage your credit. Go out and borrow vessels to put the oil in. Second solution was get a commodity, right? That was a second solution. The third solution was for her to shut the door and move in private and move in power privately. Now hire your children to work for you. Did you know by having a home-based business that you hire your children to work for you, you get up to $12,000 of tax write-off yearly? So the website Millie Moves will, give you more information on that. Then, right after she got her commodity, and she got that plan, she got the solution, she got the strategy, she hired her sons to work for her, she leveraged her credit. People, there's a difference between consumer debt, in which you are paying out interest to things that may depreciate in value, versus capital, using your credit, leveraging your credit to build capital, and using your credit to invest in assets, things that increase in value versus liabilities. So he said, okay, leverage your credit, open a home-based business to get the tax write-offs for that, 470 tax deductions. Let me give you a commodities, right? Go out and borrow vessels, hire your children. And then this strategy works like this. And this is what these crypto commodities do. Every time you pour out or cash out your oil, it's going to automatically refill itself. That's powerful. Perpetual income stream. That just like I worked at Home Depot when I was younger, right? There was 2 types of plants. There was annual and there was perennials. Perennials, you can plant one time and harvest every year during harvest season. Just one act, one activity. Perennials always come back year after year after year for doing one act. And this is perpetual perennial activity that's going on. And Elijah structured her to do that. He didn't give her a sermon. He gave her a solution and a strategy. Right? She had a fear of loss. Some of you all, if you're holding on to cash, your 401k, if you have cash in the bank that's losing value, purchasing power due to inflation, you don't have a fear of loss. You don't have a fear of loss. Knowing that the dollar is losing its global reserve status. What is real tithing, Ezra? What do you mean that's real tithing? And so because like Isaiah 1:19 states, because she was willing and obedient and took advantage of an opportunity and took action and went to a financial source that gave her a strategy and solution, not a sermon. Because evidently her husband wasn't too good in the money area, because when he died, they was broke. He mustn't have a life insurance policy either. She said, look, I lost my husband to death. I'm about to lose my sons. But she was willing and she was obedient. Two things, Isaiah 1:19. You be willing and obedient, both, you shall eat the good of the land. So people, these are biblical principles that I'm teaching you in a very practical way that can set you up for a lifetime. Another thing, one of my great friends, he passed away unexpectedly, right? He did not went to work, passed away unexpectedly. In January, he made these moves. He bought lifetime licenses. Upon his unexpected passing, I had to do one of the toughest Zooms I've ever did. I showed his wife what he had. I showed her what he invested in. We logged in, did it. But even in his passing, or what I would call transition from this earth realm to his next dimension, spiritually, he left a legacy. She has lifetime perpetual income because of that one move that he did. As I see the 666 on the screen, which is the triangle, the pineal gland, the 6 main functions in your left and right eye. That's the real 666, people. 6 major parts in the brain, 6 major parts in each eye that form a triangle, pineal gland, your spiritual gland. I'm going to sign out. Yes, annual investment, eating from the land, crypto-backed commodities. Crypto-backed commodities, people, which will be in supply and demand. Text CC to 331, the number strolling at the bottom of the screen, 331-444-5556. Let me look at that scripture right quick. I just broke down Deuteronomy 11:11 today. Let me look at that. What do you say? Deuteronomy 14, is that 26? Giving tithes, that you may spend the money on anything. Oh, no, you didn't bring this one up. You know they don't teach this in most churches. You know they don't teach this one here. They teach Malachi 3, which is taught out of context. God had given them the blessing first. He gave them the land first and said, just give 10% so they can be meat in my house. They didn't tithe to get the blessing. They got the blessing first. Go back and read Malachi 3. Okay, let's go. It said, then exchange it for money. Use the silver, a commodity. Speaking of that, I'm going to show you all some silver real quick. Use the silver to buy whatever you like. As T.I. say, you can have whatever you like. If you want cattle, a commodity. If you want sheep, a commodity. If you want wine, I just showed you beverage crypto, a commodity. Or other ferment drink, or anything you wish, that you and your household shall eat there in the presence of the Lord. But giving tithes, Deuteronomy 14:26, then they exchange it for money. Take the money. See, let me bring it out. Tithing was never money. Tithing in the Bible was always something that God produced in this earth realm. It was never money. Tithing always was a commodity. Then he says, but if the distance is too great for you to carry that which the Lord has blessed you with, because it's the place that the Lord your God will choose. Right? He said, if that, is too heavy for you to carry your sheep or your livestock or your gold, then exchange it for money. Take the money in your hand and go to the place the Lord your God will choose. Then you may spend the money on anything you desire. You can have whatever you like. Now, let's break down goals. You go to Miller Move and see that. Oh, y'all want to stay up late tonight, huh? I got all my spiritual people. Speaking of silver, which is used for redemption, right? This is the geyser. Let me show you some of this silver. Tangible silver as well. That you can get in. Give me 1 second. because the shortage of silver and copper, this is will drive the prices up. So many things that copper and silver is used in the industrial world. Silver is twofold because um, it is also used as money if you're just not coming in. Jeremiah Da Vinci broke that down about the silver and gold. If you know anything about the Hunts brother, right? They've suppression of silver, right? And so Ephesians, right? Not Ephesians, but silver as redemption. Silver has always been redemption. In fact, um, Judas sold Jesus for how many pieces of silver, you all? How many pieces of silver are there? Gotta look that up. But copper represents human nature. In John 3 and 14, Jesus compared himself to a copper servant. So silver, and I have copper here as well, somewhere here. Oh, here we go. Right? Copper right there. This is a Bitcoin copper piece. This is under like $4. This is under $4. So the metal used most often in the courts in the Bible was copper. So you can find it on their website. Silver hooks, everything. This is silver represents redemption, the truth, the righteousness of God. This is the Great Pyramid of Giza, right? And then you have the Pharaoh. I know my nails are long. The Pharaoh here, right? Also, okay, numbers 18 and 16. That's what that is. Queen Elizabeth died in 96. I think September the 6th. Any money with her portrait on it is going to be, thank you, 30 pieces of silver. Thank you all so much. It's going to be worth, it's going to be valuable. I say that because now they're printing Prince Charles. So you have Queen Elizabeth. Some things I just have right here. You got Sheev. Pay attention to Sheev too, with China and Asian countries coming more into this. One thing I've been noticing, every sports team that's been wearing red, even I read an article today on Tiger Woods about why he was wearing red in his competition, right? You got the All-Star games. The East, the East wore red, beat the West. They was wearing red in the NFL. The Chiefs wore red. They beat the green Philadelphia Eagle. And you can tie the eagle to the United States, which then, give you some more in the US dollar. This is a Bitcoin silver token. This is Ethereum. They have Dogecoin. So just, go on the website, Litecoin. Let me see if I can find my Litecoin. Litecoin there. Dogecoin. Redemption. Restoration. This is another Queen Elizabeth. Kookaburra. Silver. Another one with her portrait on it. Right. So 5 pieces of silver, numbers 18 and 16. Redeem the firstborn children when they are a month old. Redemption prices of 5 pieces of silver. And Judas sold Jesus for 30 pieces. Thank you. And gold, silver, and copper was used in the tabernacle, right? Was used in the tabernacle. I always have been God's will, so you can get those silver. I don't talk about gold because, in my opinion, gold is more as a wealth preservation, which is it helps people that are already rich and wealthy from losing their purchasing power, right? From losing their purchasing power. Another silver and gold scripture is Exodus 11, right? 11 on my numbers. Exodus 11 says, let every man ask from his neighbor and every woman from her neighbor. It's borrowing again, isn't it? That's borrowing again is articles of silver and articles of gold. Articles of silver and articles of gold, people. Right? So silver, gold, clothing, all of these commodities, people, they cannot exclude. And every element on the periodic table, the XPLR uses, they have a different frequency and it finds it. So you can even purchase that satellite technology as well. I think all of these projects are well overvalued. They're, grow is like 62 cents right now. That's under $1, the high yielding agriculture. So let's get in. I'm ready to go globally. So if you are watching global, let's connect. Text me. If you can't text me because that's an American number, find me on the United States. And in the United States, I'm looking to connect with you as well. I'm ready to travel and start doing some conferences. Come to your city, state, or even country. Let's just get into collaboration, people. That's the real currency. Collaboration. Let me see what this is. I haven't opened this one. Collaboration is the real currency. So I'm just going to open this up right quick. Then I'm into the live stream. Don't forget to hit that like button. And this is some more copper. Copper is so beautiful. They even have bars of copper. It is so beautiful. Kind of matches my nails, doesn't it? That's a Bitcoin copper piece. Under $4. Under $4. MillieMoves.com. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in. I thoroughly enjoyed this live stream. Wasn't planning to go this long. Queen out.